I reported a strange man who kept sitting outside my house every day and ended up embarrassing myself. For nearly 3 weeks, I noticed the same elderly man sitting on a bench directly across from my house every afternoon. He would arrive at almost the exact same time, sit there for an hour or two, and then leave. At first, I didn't think much of it, but after seeing him every day, I started getting suspicious. My neighbors noticed him too. None of us knew who he was, and because he never spoke to anyone, we started coming up with ridiculous theories. One neighbor was convinced he was a private investigator. Another thought he might be watching someone's house. Eventually, I became concerned enough to report the situation to the local council. A few days later, someone actually came to speak with him. I watched from my window, expecting some dramatic explanation. Instead, the officer started laughing. Later that afternoon, the elderly man knocked on my door. I was absolutely mortified. He introduced himself and explained the entire situation. Years ago, before the new housing development was built, the exact spot where my house now stood had been a football pitch where he played every weekend with his friends. The bench across the road overlooked the area, and after losing several close friends over the years, he had started visiting occasionally to remember those days. He wasn't watching anyone. He wasn't investigating anything. He was simply sitting quietly with memories. Then he showed me an old photograph from the 1970s. Sure enough, there was a football pitch exactly where my street now exists. I felt terrible for assuming the worst. Thankfully, he found the whole thing hilarious. Over the following months, I often joined him on the bench for a chat. He had incredible stories about growing up in the area, and I learned more about the town from him than I ever had before. Looking back, it's funny how quickly we can invent dramatic explanations when the truth is often much simpler. Sometimes a stranger sitting alone isn't hiding a secret at all. Sometimes they're just remembering a part of their life that no longer